Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Prasad and today we will look at inter-VLAN routing using a layer 3 switch. In my previous video, I briefly explained VLAN as well as types of VLAN. The link is given in the description. Now I am going to add layer 3 switch to inter-VLAN routing instead of router. So let's start the configuration with Cisco Packet Tracer. Okay, I am going to set up Cisco devices with servers and PCs. After that we can start the configuration. For laptop wireless, as we have to add a wireless card, first turn off the laptop and remove this card. Then drag the WPC300N card from here and place it in this slot. Turn on the laptop. Okay, now I am assigning VLAN 10 to the servers. Name server and IP range will be 10.10.1.0/24 subnet. So IP can be assigned 10.10.1.2 for this server and 10.10.1.3 for another. Okay, VLAN 100 for Wi-Fi, 10.10.5.0/24 subnet. Now I am going to create a management VLAN which is VLAN 100. Name MGMT and IP range will be 10.10.4.0/24. So we can assign the IP address to this switch as 10.10.4.1. VLAN 20 name HR 10.10.2.0/24. I am assigning 10.10.2.1 to this PC which is part of VLAN 20 and the IP address 10.10.5.2 for wireless control which is part of Wi-Fi VLAN. We will configure all these gateways to a layer 3 switch so that all VLANs can communicate with each other. Okay, here is something wrong with the Wi-Fi VLAN. We already set VLAN 100 for management and to avoid conflicts we need to change Wi-Fi VLAN number. So set 101 for Wi-Fi VLAN. Now I am moving to a layer 3 switch. In CLI mode, command line interface, command enable conft short for configure terminal. Now create the VLAN database. VLAN 10 for servers. Name server. Exit. VLAN 20. Name HR. VLAN 100. Name MGMT for management VLAN. VLAN 101. Name Wi-Fi. Exit. Okay, now we need to assign IP addresses to all these VLAN interfaces. So there is a command interface VLAN 10. Change state to up. The interface for VLAN 10 is now activated. IP address 10.10.1.1, 255.255.255.0. So this IP address will serve as the gateway for devices that are part of VLAN 10, and we have taken it from the range of 10.10.1.0/24 subnet. 1.0 is the network address and the next usable address is starting from 10.10.1.1. Therefore, we have designated it as the gateway for the corresponding VLAN, which is VLAN 10. Now, I am assigning other IP addresses to the other VLANs respectively, and these are the gateways for the VLANs. Okay, now we need to create the trunk link. So checking the port, gigabit Ethernet 0/1 on this side and 0/2 to other side. Back to the switch again. Interface range gigabit Ethernet 0/1 to 2. Switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1. Switch port mode trunk. Exit. Here we have assigned the FA0/1 port to the Wi-Fi controller. So we have to assign Wi-Fi VLAN, which is VLAN 101. Interface fast Ethernet 0/1. Switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 101. No shut. Exit. Again exit. Right. Show run. Here you can see fast Ethernet port 0/1 is part of VLAN 101 and that is the access port. Here are the gateways. Now I am going to the server switch. Enable conft, going to global configuration mode, creating database for VLAN 10, name server, exit, VLAN 100, name mgmt, exit. So guys, we have created VLAN 10 for servers and VLAN 100 for management to manage the switches. So this is enough for the server side area. There is no need to create other VLANs in this server switch unless you need devices with different VLANs in this area. Okay, now I am assigning an IP address to VLAN 100, which is the management VLAN. Interface VLAN 100. IP address 10.10.4.3, 255.255.255.0. So we can identify the server switch with the help of this IP address, which is part of VLAN 100. That is management VLAN. Exit. Now I am going to configure access port for servers. Interface range fast Ethernet 0/1 to 2. Just we need to confirm the ports if they are correct. FA0/1, FA0/2. Alright. Switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 10. To enable the interface, no shut. Exit, exit, right. Show run. Here we can see the IP address assigned to VLAN 100 to identify this switch. So let's check connectivity between switches. Ping 10.10.4.1. This IP address belongs to a layer 3 switch. And here the server switch successfully reached the L3 switch now. Guys, one thing to tell you that we have not configured trunk port in this switch. Although the trunk link formed between the switches according to the DTP dynamic trunking protocol, because we have configured the trunk ports at the end of L3 switch. And if trunk mode is configured on one end, the other end automatically turn into trunk. Here you can see operational mode trunk. And here there is no configuration in port, even if the trunk is operating between switches. Now let's configure the IP addresses in the servers. Let me check connectivity from others. It worked. Okay, I'm going to configure this switch the same as the server switch. Therefore, there is no need to explain the configuration, right? So guys, we need to create a Wi-Fi VLAN in this switch because it seems that some wireless devices are connected to it. So guys, this PC can't communicate with different networks or different VLANs. This is the server IP which is part of separate VLAN. Let me check the connection to their own gateway. So this PC can communicate with their own gateway. So there is one thing to do in a layer 3 switch, that is go to global configuration mode, IP routing. So it can enable routing and right. Let's check connectivity again. Now this PC can reach the server. Okay, now let's configure the wireless controller. Setting IP address 10.10.5.2 for management of this WLC. 255.255.255.0 default gateway of Wi-Fi VLAN. It's 5.1. Now look at the laptop. Open PC wireless. Click on click on the second tab and refresh. As you can see here, we have got a default connection entry on the left side. Going to the access point, the SSID appears to be the default. And we have not configured authentication for this AP, so I kept it as default for this session. you can configure, or we should configure, the actual access point when we are in the organization. Now back to the laptop, open IP configuration and request DHCP services to dynamically assign an IP address. DHCP failed. So we need to configure the wireless controller first. Open the WLC, wireless LANs, name, test, SSID, Prasad. Authentication mode, WPA PSK, and the passphrase. Encryption type, let's keep it as AES by default. Save. Here we can see that an instance is created which is named test, and we can also create multiple access point groups. So we don't need it here. Go to the DHCP services, enable the service, and define the range that is part of the Wi-Fi VLAN. Add. OK. A DNS server must be configured. So let's put the IP address of one of the servers. Add. Save. Now back to the laptop and again request DHCP services. Now the request is successful and we get 5.11 IP address because we have defined that the IP range starts from 5.10. Let's look at smartphone. And here you can see the IP address that is 5.10. Let me check connectivity from smartphone. So they can communicate with each other devices. Let me check from PC too. Okay. We also need to check the connectivity between the switches. Ping 10.10.4.1. Success rate is 100%. All connections are working fine. So friends, we have done inter VLAN routing. Thanks for watching. See you in other videos.